The Curse of the Mermaid. The calm riverbank is surrounded by a thick forest. Tall trees cast long shadows on the soft, sandy shore. The river flows smoothly, reflecting shades of blue and green under the warm light of the setting sun. Brightly coloured wildflowers are scattered across the area. The three friends had travelled from different parts of the country to explore the beauty of this hidden riverside gem. It was meant to be a weekend of adventure, bonding, and escaping the chaos of city life. But as the sun dipped lower and the golden light turned to twilight, an eerie stillness settled over the water, hinting that their adventure was about to take an unexpected turn. Ada Nkrumah, Kemi Adebayo, and David Bello stand close together by the riverbank, laughing and joking. Ada, an Igbo woman from southeastern Nigeria, holds a folded tent in her hands, her curly black hair bouncing as she grins. Kemi, a Yoruba woman from the southwest, adjusts the backpack slung over her shoulder, her single braid swaying as she chuckles. David, a tall and broad-shouldered Hausa man from the north, waves a camping lantern in his hand, his voice rich with excitement as he tells a story. A close-up of the flowing river shows its surface shimmering in deep blue and green. Gentle ripples reflect the fading sunlight. Ada Nkrumah kneels on the sandy shore, carefully unfolding the tent. Her posture is focused, with her long, curly black hair cascading over her shoulder. The edges of the river and the surrounding forest are visible in the background. Kemi Adebayo crouches near her open backpack, arranging items. Her gaze is directed downward, and a single braid in her long, straight black hair falls over her shoulder. David Mensah stands by the riverbank, holding a camping lantern. He looks out at the river with a skeptical expression, his muscular build silhouetted against the shimmering water. Ada Nkrumah raises her hand dismissively as she laughs, her eyes sparkling with amusement. The soft glow of the setting sun illuminates her face. Kemi Adebayo gazes at the river, her expression thoughtful. The water shimmers in the background, and the glow of the setting sun highlights her delicate features. David Mensah points toward the forest with a mischievous grin, his posture relaxed as he leans back slightly on the blanket. A gentle breeze causes ripples on the river's surface, reflecting the warm hues of the sunset. The distant sound of rustling leaves adds to the tranquil atmosphere. The camera pans upward to reveal the forest canopy, with the last rays of sunlight filtering through the leaves. The rustling sound of the trees fills the air. A subtle movement in the water creates a faint ripple, hinting at an unseen presence beneath the surface. The shimmering reflection of the trees and sky is slightly distorted. Ada Nkrumah, Kemi Adebayo, and David Mensah share a light-hearted moment, laughing and playfully nudging each other. The intimate atmosphere contrasts with the dense forest behind them. A shadowy figure is faintly visible beneath the water's surface, its outline blending with the ripples. The shimmering hues of the river obscure the details, adding an air of mystery. The riverbank is shrouded in darkness, illuminated by dim moonlight. The silvery glow reflects on the water's surface, with shadows dancing across the flowing river. The tall trees loom in the background, their silhouettes creating an eerie atmosphere. The moonlit river surface, showing the shimmering reflections and faint ripples as if disturbed by an unseen presence. Ada Nkrumah, Kemi Adebayo, David Mensah. Ada Nkrumah, Kemi Adebayo, and David Mensah are seen lying in their sleeping bags near the riverbank, stirring awake with puzzled expressions. The dim moonlight casts soft shadows on their faces. Kemi Adebayo sits up, looking towards the river with a curious yet cautious expression. Her straight black hair with a single braid falls over her shoulders. David Mensah looks around with a skeptical gaze. His muscular build partially silhouetted against the moonlit river. Ada Nkrumah, still lying down, turns her head towards the direction of the melody with a mix of intrigue and unease. Her curly black hair cascades across her pillow. The flowing river is seen from the friend's perspective, with the haunting melody seeming to echo from its depths. The water appears darker and more mysterious. First-person point of view looking towards the water, the moonlit ripples seem to shimmer unnaturally, enhancing the sense of something otherworldly. Ada Nkrumah stands at the river's edge, her athletic build outlined against the shimmering water. She gazes into the river, drawn to the melody. The river's surface as the mermaid Serafina's shimmering emerald scales emerge, catching the moonlight. Serafina's glowing blue eyes and flowing seaweed-like hair are visible above the water's surface as she begins to sing, her enchanting voice captivating the friends. Kemi Adebayo steps closer to the riverbank, her large brown eyes wide with a mix of fear and fascination. As if under the mermaid's spell, David Mensah hesitates, standing a few steps back from the riverbank, his deep-set brown eyes narrowing with suspicion. Serafina fully emerges from the river, her elegant tail glistening under the moonlight. Her glowing blue eyes are fixed on the friends, and her presence exudes both beauty and menace. Serafina's glowing blue eyes as they lock onto the friends, her gaze filled with vengeful intent. Ada Nkrumah, Kemi Adebayo, and David Mensah stand frozen at the riverbank, their expressions reflecting a mix of fear and awe. First-person point of view, looking at Serafina from the friend's perspective. Her emerald scales shimmer, and she raises her hand as she begins to curse them. Serafina points at the friends, her voice turning ominous as she delivers the curse. The water around her ripples unnaturally, Kemi Adebayo's face as she looks horrified, her lips trembling and her gaze fixed on Serafina. David Mensah's clenched fists, his knuckles white from the pressure, as he tries to mask his fear. The river's surface begins to glow faintly, with swirling patterns of light and shadow hinting at the mermaid's supernatural power. Serafina's figure slowly sinks back into the water, her glowing eyes the last to disappear, leaving the river eerily silent. The friends stand frozen on the riverbank, pale and tense, as the eerie melody fades into the night. The scene ends with a quiet river, bathed in silvery moonlight, while faint shadows sway among the